This has been like a weird playoff, definitely not expected.
Yeah, definitely weird playoffs. Like Timberwolves sweeping the Suns was very unexpected.
Yeah, that's a team like they were first all year, and I kind of doubted them. I was like, that's they're probably just one of those league teams that we've seen through the years to just get first place, but like kind of don't have the playoff. But like they've been really showing what they're capable of. I don't know. I love the Timberwolves right now.
Yeah, me too. They're really good defensively. They got a really good offensive. And then, yeah, the Suns, they looked good on paper, but they weren't good on court.
No, yeah, I started seeing a trend like that too. Now these young new teams are just like all these like just kind of older like super teams that like we get hyped out in the summer just don't really stand anymore really much.
Yeah,
So
these teams don't really stand out very much anymore, but that's okay because we're in a new era now where younger teams are showing off their new skills. Like Anthony Edwards is only 22 years old and he already led this team to the conference finals.
yeah, I'm loving like he's probably the most like electric player right now. I think I love seeing like such how like fresh this conference finals is. Like besides Boston, they've been here so many times, but just like teams like three new teams that we don't really get to see them much in there, and so it's really interesting. It's fun because like as like someone that I'm not a big fan of like any of these teams, like I'm pretty excited to see like no matter what team wins, it's like a new team winning. So it's pretty cool.
So let's get into it. Okay, so Mavericks are versing the Timberwolves tonight at 8:30. I think I got Timberwolves for game one. I think they're gonna win game one because their defense is just so good. Anthony Edwards is good offensively. Rudy Gobert is good defensively, and Karl Anthony Towns is really good in the paint because Anthony Edwards can dish to him, and then Towns can dish out to Edwards for a three. And I think therefore they take game one.
I would honestly would have to agree with you. I think this would be a great series because like I feel like Dallas is definitely obviously the more experienced team in the playoffs, and like Luka's capable of everything he could do, and they've been great. So, but I think this is like a game six series. I think I see Dallas getting two, but I don't see just because of how big the Timberwolves are. And their defense, just their like you were just saying right there, just their versatility. They can go out in. I think Dallas doesn't have enough like pieces in the paint to like kind of take all that. So I think definitely the Timberwolves. I see them coming out of the series. I feel.
Yeah, Timberwolves are gonna take the series. They're probably gonna win in six games. I see the Mavericks winning too because Kyrie and Luka what they can do on the court, but Anthony Edwards, but Kyrie's getting old now, so
Yeah.
I feel like that he can still do what he can do, but I feel like that the newer and younger players are gonna take over now.
Well, that being said, too, it's like Luca is probably in his like entering at least his prime playoffs. Like he's been through some great series already, so they have that over Timberwolves for sure. Like they know what to kind of expect. And it's Luca's time. Like he's been good in the playoffs, but just not making it all the way. Like if he's gonna get it done, like he's got to push for this year. Like I think it could be scary for Dallas after this year. Like they built a great team with Kyrie, but like how many years is Luka going to go into like the middle of the playoffs? I don't know if he's ever been to the conference finals, if I remember correctly. So this is as far as they've been, but I think this is their time to do it. But I just don't think he still has enough help around him. So it'll be a great series. But yeah, I'm kind of turning into a Wolves fan. I think I agree with everything you said. I think the Wolves definitely will get the upper hand.
Yeah, it's just because their defense is so good. Like they have probably the best defense in the NBA right now.
With the help defense of like how like athletic Edwards is, and just like the two big like great centers like Rudy and Cat in the paint, it just like and that McDaniel's Jerry McDaniel's I think his name is.
Yeah.
He's an unreal defender. I just got like put on notice of him like honestly in the playoffs like because I didn't watch much Wolves basketball over the year, and he's a great piece for their team.
Oh yeah, they've been my favorite teams so far in the playoffs. Like they've been so good in the playoffs. I think I got that team to win the whole thing.
Yeah, it'll be great. I mean, that would be like my prediction. I think Indiana, like we've seen it last night. I don't want to do we get to Boston in a sec, but yeah, like that was a great game. But I think we're headed for like Wolves and Boston being unreal finals. I'd be very shocked if it wasn't, and I feel like I've been shocked all playoffs, so that's why I'm still excited to see. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Any matchup looks good to me.
Yeah, so going into Boston are versing the Pacers. Pacers have been getting very lucky because they have beaten the Bucks where their two superstars were injured and also according to the end of the playoffs, the Knicks superstars were getting injured too, and that's how the Pacers got the win and went to the conference finals to verse the Celtics. They've been versing like injured teams, but now they're versing the Celtics, and now is where they have to show what their real skill is now.
Yeah, and they've been doing great. Like they showed it game one. Man, that was a hell of a game one. And that's tough for the Indiana because that would have been huge to steal that game, to grab it. Not even steal it. Like they should have won it. They were honestly probably the better team that game. And Boston just like that unreal three by Jaylen Brown. Did you catch that? Did you watch the end of the game there?
No, I didn't catch that game. Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm gonna watch the Timberwolves
yeah.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it was 17 or 117 to 114 for Indiana, and buzzer beater to tie the game to go into overtime. Jaylen Brown hit from the corner, buzzer beater three, and they went to OT, and Boston ended up grabbing it. But so after that, now like they kind of just stole that one from Indiana, and they're like probably the favorite. Like that's a tough go for Indiana, but. Yeah, it should be another good series no matter what. But that's too bad. I was really rooting for the Knicks before this. I thought Knicks had them, and I seen a stat, and I think 4 of the Knicks starting lineup was injured by like
Yeah.
the last game when Brunson got injured. Like it was a total of 4 starters. So you can't win a playoff, do good in the playoffs with 4 of your starters out. So that's a tough go for the Knicks. But
You can't win without your star players because there a lot of teams were injured this year. The Bucks
yeah,
were injured, the Knicks were injured, and that cost them in the long run. And that's why they did not advance too far yet.
yeah. So Indiana's been riding off that. So we'll see what they can do against Boston. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think they had a great year. I think this is kind of their cap, to be honest. I don't think they'd probably just need to keep. They had a great year. Western Conference Finals is awesome. I don't think they're a finals bound championship team yet for sure, but definitely a new fun team in the league, and I'm
yeah.
excited to see where they go. But yeah,
I think I got Celtics beating them in 6 games.
yeah, I think 6. I think even 5 wouldn't be crazy to say.
Yeah, 6 or 5, and then Celtics and Timberwolves for the finals, and then for that prediction, I feel like that's gonna go to like a game 7.
Yeah, that'd be great because Boston's so much more experienced. That might be one of those things where it's like Wolves, like down the line, it might just come to like experience. Even though like see Wolves, I shouldn't even say that because they are experienced. They have vets. Wolves are experienced too. They have experienced guys. I mean, not as a team experienced, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great series. I feel like they might get them. They for sure on the bigs. They're definitely the bigger team. But yeah, that's a tough one. I can't even make a call on that. That'll be definitely a 6 or 7 series, I say.
Yeah, it starts June 6th. I think it's gonna be a really good finals. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be better than last year's finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of more. I feel like a lot of people are more like tuned in because it's been a while since we have just like kind of majority of teams like that you
Like,
really don't
yeah,
see often.
like the underdogs.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah,
just new teams this year. That it was a lot of good teams this year. So it was really just who knew it would come out, and this is just like it's honestly great for the NBA. It's not one of those years where it's like the past couple of years where it's just like the same team always in there. Or it's fun. It's making new fans.
yeah. The Timberwolves really did a really good job rebuilding their whole team. Like they did a really good job adding new pieces to their team, and that's how they are right now in the conference finals because they kept rebuilding, adding new stuff to their team, and now they finally got a solid good team.
Yeah, super. And I was thinking at the beginning of the year, like I think honestly, like in last summer at the end, people were saying like, "Oh, like watch out for the Timberwolves this year, like championship bound." And I was kind of like, I thought it was a joke, but like they're showing it. They're awesome, and I feel like Edwards is obviously a big, like he totally like grew up as a player this year. I remember last year in the playoffs when they got knocked out in the play-in, he was just like couldn't really do much for them, and now he's just totally turned into like their lead, like just honestly everything. He seems like the captain of that team, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, he's gonna be the face of the league, and probably next year he's gonna be the face of the league.
Maybe in a few, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
probably a little still a bit too young. We'll see after this playoff run, but definitely he has the everything for it, the personality for it, and
yeah.
everything. And next like 5 years for sure.
Next five
Boy,
years he'll be face of the league, and it'll be like him and Wembanyama. Because
yeah,
Wembanyama's a good player. It's just he doesn't have good teammates to go around him yet.
yeah. I mean, they're just like starting something in San Antonio, so we'll see where that goes. That'll definitely need a few years, but
Probably like 10 years. I could see the Spurs getting really good.
yeah, or even less. Like we'll see
Oh
how
yeah. We'll see what
Greg.
they do. We'll see what they do this year for the draft.
Yeah, kind of a weaker draft class. Like at least for
Yeah.
like someone that's not as tuned in. I feel like that says a lot too. Like the fact that I don't know many of the players in there. Like they're not that if they're not that like social media even like big, then it's like it kind of just says like kind of a little bit about it. If not like casual kind of fans don't know about them.
Yeah, I don't even know. I only know Zach Edey in the draft.
Yeah, and there's all that talk about Bronny. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Because he
Bobcat
declared,
shine,
right?
but
Bronny declared for the NBA draft in the draft combine, but
yeah,
I don't know if he's ready yet though.
yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Well, I think that's all I have for today. That was a pretty
Yeah,
good. I really hope that the Mavericks and Timberwolves have a good series, and I hope the Celtics and Pacers have a good series because we've been seeing really intense series. Like with the Nuggets and Timberwolves, that was a good series. Game 7. I went both Pacers and Knicks and Timberwolves went to Game 7 last round, and hopefully we get a couple more Game 7s with before the finals.
I totally agree with you. Loving the game sevens, totally, and yeah, should be good. Hopefully, we don't get no injuries, and it's a great series.
Yeah, I'd love to see a Game 7 though at the finals. That'd be great. I just don't want it to end like a Game 6. You know, I want it to be like really intense, like a Game 7.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, we see it, and we should do another one at the kind of maybe mid finals or see how it goes there.
Yeah, we can do like Game 3 maybe.
Yeah,
The score is Game 3.
yeah, sounds good. Okay, let's do that.
All right.
Okay, good talking to you, man.
Yeah,
I'll
thank you.
talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.